Welcome to Killer Bee Fitness. This is an instructional video on the Vasa swim trainer. This is a very unique machine. It allows us to really develop the strength and power in our shoulders and arms in the same exact way than we would in a pool, but a little more focused. That allows us to become much more efficient in the pool. We're going to talk about technique because this machine is an excellent machine, but if done improperly, it can promote bad habits in the pool, and it could probably hurt you more than it helps you. So I want to make sure that you're doing the right technique. Okay, to get on this machine, you start from the side, and I would put one leg on top and slide onto the bench with my chin just off the edge of the bench. Okay? Just off or resting slightly on the edge of the bench. My legs can be dangling off, or I can even bend my knees, whichever is more comfortable. Sometimes having your knees bent can alleviate some low back pain, and that is fine. This is not what we do in the water, but this is primarily an arm, shoulder exercise to develop the power and the thrust and the pull in the water. So here or here is fine. Now I'm going to pull myself up grabbing this monorail, and I'm going to grab the handles. When I grab one handle, I'll rest the other hand. I rest the hand on the monorail so that I can slide down nice and easy without banging into the bench. And now let's go over the stroke. I'm going to reach nice and high as if I was on the water. Let's picture this bench as being the surface of the water, and I am on the water. My back is really the top of the water. Okay? And I'm going to reach as high as I can. I don't want to dip down low. Imagine like you're swimming in a shallow pool. So I'm going to reach up nice and high, and then everything, you'll always hear these terms when it comes to good swimmers. You want a high elbow, vertical forearm. So it's a high elbow catch and a vertical forearm. Now what does that mean? Well, let's talk about it. You want a high elbow catch and a vertical forearm. So that position is extremely important in the swim stroke because it allows me to engage my power in my shoulders and give a nice strong thrust. Look how much surface area I can grab with the water right there. I have all this area grabbing the water, and then I can push back, I thrust back all the way through, keeping my hand just slightly underneath the bench, and then I'm going to pull my elbow out of the water first. Imagine I'm dragging my fingertips across the water, and I'm going to reach into the water as far as I can, keeping my hand open to promote an actual swim stroke. So again, high elbow, vertical forearm, push all the way through, high elbow out of the water, lead, fingertips drag across the water, and back into the water. Now, as I bring my elbow in like that, as I bring my arm motion, at the same time I'm trying to push my opposite hip into the bench. So I'm pulling as I'm twisting a little bit, pushing my opposite hip into the bench, and then I come through, and then I come up, elbow out of the water, and reach. Now, to put them both together, I am not going to start my other stroke until I'm on my recovery phase. I'm bringing my elbow up. When my elbow gets to about my ear, then I start my other stroke. So let's go over the full stroke here. I'm going to do a few. Okay, now let's talk about a few mistakes people make. If I stick my arm deep in the water and have a straight arm like this, I can still make the machine go because it's a machine. I have pulls here, I have pulleys, I have ropes. But if I do this, let's look at the path of the arc. I'm not generating motion resistance going this way until I get almost down toward the bottom of the arc. So all I really have is from here to here to generate power, and that's not very much room to generate power. Also, a straight arm is not nearly as much power as a bent arm. This is much more power than this. So that's one of the reasons I do not want to do this. Like I said, imagine you're swimming in a shallow pool. Okay? So high elbow, push through. Okay? Now, just to reiterate, to get off the machine, I want to slide down, bring the hands up, slide down the bench, and I'm going to step off the machine. Now, to reiterate, on a straight arm, if I'm pushing down like this, I don't have as much power as if I'm going like this. I want to imagine like I'm grabbing a board and pushing the board all the way down. If I try to grab like this, it's very hard and it puts a lot of strain and stress on my shoulders and arms, and I'm just simply not as powerful. I can't do it. All the great swimmers in this world, they go like this. High elbow, vertical forearm, and I'm pushing through. Now in a real pool, you'll be rotating quite a bit more than on this bench, but we can still simulate that, and we can really develop a strong back with this machine. So with correct technique, we can avoid the pitfalls of poor swimming, and we can get a really strong, powerful stroke, which transfers into the water, and you'll become a much stronger swimmer. Thanks for listening. This was the Vasa Trainer Technique video.